Hi, this is Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions, and I'd really like to first start to welcome you to 2026 and wish you a very happy new year. I know it's been a little while since we've gotten a video out. It's been a little crazy around here. But I've seen some stuff in classes that I really want to talk about, and hopefully we can help educate the public on some of these gimmicks that are happening in these products in the firearms industry. Now, gimmicks are not just centered around the firearms industry. I see it in the martial arts world. I see it, and we see it all over the place. You know, things that maybe look flashy or look like they're going to improve performance or things like that. And we have to be very careful with that. So let me start with a very common one, and that is magazine extensions. Now, I want you to understand that on a standard capacity magazine, the spring tension is set for that length of magazine. If you add an aftermarket extension to add more rounds, it lessens the tension on that spring, which means it can cause malfunctions in feeding because the rounds don't want to come out of the magazine because there's not enough tension in the spring to push it out of the magazine. That's not a magazine issue. That's an aftermarket part not verified by the manufacturer that's causing the problem. I would highly avoid those. If you want extended magazines, you can get them. And they're made specifically with the spring tension and everything for them to work within those magazines. But look for a quality, reputable magazine company that does that. If you can get factory extended, that's even better. So like HK does their 20 round magazines, those are factory magazines. And they're designed to work specifically with those 20 rounds or less, where that, you know, if you did the same thing with maybe something shorter or an aftermarket part, you might cause some problems there. So those are things to think about. Many times we look at optics. Some people are looking at pistol mounted optics as a gimmick. That is not a gimmick. However, there are quality optics and there are absolute junk. And if you're buying an optic on Amazon for $80 to $100, I can guarantee you that thing is absolute and utter junk. Look for a quality product, a product from Holosun, from Vortex, from Trijicon, Leupold. Those are all solid optics, and you know, proven time and time again. They work, you know, and work and work and work. Now, with anything that's electronic, you're going to have some that they may be bad, but these companies take care of the problem. Okay, if there's a problem, they take care of the problem. Don't just pick up the cheapest thing you can find because it fits within your budget. If you can't afford a quality optic, then don't. I mean, just wait, because you know there's plenty of, you know, there's 4 or 5 quality optic companies out there. There's some that are newer, but they're moving their way up and they're improving their product as they go. So those are ones to definitely keep an eye on. But don't just buy the cheapest piece of crap that you can, because they're not the same. They're just not the same. And in December, I saw at least 3 of those alone. So please buy a quality optic. So let me give you another optic company to really look at. And I blanked for a minute on the name of the company, but I've been testing it out on one of our CC9s. And I was quite impressed. I had never really paid attention to their pistol mounted optics until we were working GunCon with HK. and I got a chance to talk with the marketing manager a little bit and look at their products, and I was quite impressed. And it was enough that I went out and I purchased one to try it, and it's the Meprolite optics, and this thing has held up really, really well on one of our demo guns, and I would highly recommend that you take a look at one of those for multiple reasons, right? The one that I put on the CC9, we use it for classes. We abuse it pretty hard, and it hasn't died out on us. And I think I paid maybe $150 for it. So it's definitely worth taking a look at. Another one that you can look at is the Holosons that Palmetto State has. They don't have all the features with the solar power and stuff on them, and you can typically get those around around $200. They're 3 MOA red dots rather than the 2 MOA dots that the others have, and I think they're worth a look also. So if you're on a budget, you can get a quality optic on a budget. So you don't have to spend $300, $400, $500, $600 on an optic. You can get one of these optics and they'll do you just fine. But be careful the gimmicky stuff. If it seems gimmicky, if it's super cheap, it's probably not going to work for you, and it's going to cause you more problems and more headache than it's worth. So take care, everybody. Hopefully we start getting these out more often. If you got any ideas on subject matter, please reach out. I'm more than open to taking some ideas. So take care, everybody. Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.